I discovered Pattaya and I really hated Pattaya. I have a partner in France, yes, absolutely. Do you have a partner in Thailand? No, in Thailand I don't have a partner. I have friends.
Does your wife know finding love in Pattaya is complicated, but is it just as complicated in Thailand?
When I see Thailand, here, it's a country where all complicated things are simple. Whereas in France, everything that should be simple is complicated. With smiles everywhere, they are truly an extraordinary people. It's a big change from Europe.
What's your budget when you come here?
All included with the plane ticket, it's roughly a little over 1,000 euros per month. My round-trip plane ticket cost me 569 euros. How did you manage that? I don't deprive myself at all. Here, you'd have to be crazy to deprive yourself. Thailand is a country where, even though I am 100% a foreigner, I feel at home. While in France, this might shock some people, but I am 100% French and I feel like a stranger in my own country. It's France that's upside down, not Thailand.
Massages only with hands.
It always starts with just the hands. After that, it depends.
Are you known in Pattaya for massaging the masseuses?
In a way, he's indeed somewhat of a legend in Pattaya.
Today with Henry, 73 years old, his life was turned upside down by a TV game show. Hello, Henry.
Hello, Samir.
Can you tell us your story?
Oh, yes. How did that happen to you? Oh, it was. In 1990, the Wheel of Fortune, I won the grand prize. I didn't even know where to find Thailand. The grand prize was a trip to Thailand. 15 days for 3 people, all expenses paid. I discovered Thailand and fell in love with this wonderful country. It was a trip I organized myself with an envelope of, at the time it was francs, exactly 45,300 francs. I came here with a friend and then a third person whom I had found through a classified ad.
The Wheel of Fortune changed your life and now you come to Thailand.
I spend a lot of time in Thailand during the winter since I am retired, but it's true that I might never have come here if I hadn't won that trip. I didn't choose it, but it's a gift from heaven.
Your first stay was all over Thailand, but not Pattaya.
And Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, but we go out the Golden Triangle, Koh Samui, and back to Bangkok. A great kind of trip, but very tiring because with organized tours, you have to get up at 5. In the morning, we spend a lot of time in transit, and then we return to Paris, more exhausted than when we left. I discovered Pattaya much later in 1994, and I really hated Pattaya, and I said I would never set foot there again. A few years later, I had all my friends. We were in Sihanoukville, Cambodia at the time, and they were all going to Pattaya, saying Pattaya is wonderful. Well, I said, listen, I'm going to Bangkok, but Pattaya is on the way. I can stop for a night or two, and since then I've been a fan of Pattaya.
What did you hate so much about Pattaya?
Back then, Pattaya was nothing like it is now. It was mostly walking street, and on walking street there were practically only ladyboys. I have nothing against ladyboys, but it wasn't very safe because they would approach you to pickpocket you. Not the phone, because there were no phones back then, but it was your wallets. So there you go, we weren't reassured, we left.
Pattaya, unlike the rest of Thailand, you found it not very safe.
It didn't seem safe at all back then. You should know that in Bangkok, for example, there were practically no ladyboys except in special districts, but otherwise you wouldn't see them. And they were all in Pattaya at that time. What has changed? Well, the security here, you really feel absolutely safe, but there are still just as many ladyboys. Well, I don't know. I don't associate with ladyboys, so I really don't know. I can't talk to you about that. I can only speak about what I know.
At the beginning, did you have a real crush?
Oh yes, really, really. When I first arrived, I didn't know the country at all, and truly I fell in love with this country. The kindness of the people, always helpful, adorable, with smiles everywhere. They are truly extraordinary people. It's a change from Europe.
You live alternately with Europe. Why not live here permanently?
No, because I really like the winter. Winter is the dry season. The weather is always nice, never any rain. It's extraordinary. Summer is... it's not the same climate. It's a bit more tropical, where you sweat a lot. It rains very often. I prefer the climate in the Paris region in the summer.
So you truly split your life, 6 months in France, 6 months in Thailand?
No, 8 months in France and 4 months in Thailand.
It's more like a vacation then.
I'm on vacation all year round, but well, vacations here are more pleasant than vacations in France.
Do you have a partner?
I have a partner in France, yes, absolutely.
Do you have a partner? In Thailand?
No, in Thailand I don't have a partner. I have friends, but no partner.
Does your wife know?
Joker!
You still spent 4 months in Thailand. Why not have a long-term relationship with a Thai woman?
No, several times I've had long-term relationships with a Thai woman, but it's way too complicated. Way too complicated because it's nice at first and then it's money, 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 money. So that's not my thing at all.
Do you think it's not possible without the money?
It seems very difficult to me. For a young person, it might be possible, but well, at my age, definitely not. It's always about money. Money. I have friends who give me massages and I give them really nice massages too. That's it. It stops there.
Finding love in Pattaya is complicated, but is it just as complicated in Thailand?
I think it's complicated everywhere in Thailand. You know, in fact, there are two kinds of Thai women. There are serious Thai women and serious Thai women stay with Thai men. They don't go with Farangs. The others, those from Isan who are rather poor and obviously to escape poverty, look for a foreigner with some money. Age difference, if there's a 10-year gap, it might be possible, but more than 10 years, it's not possible.
And at the same time, a 63-year-old girl doesn't interest you much.
No, I'm not interested.
So you actually prefer to get massaged by a 35-year-old girl. And for me, it's always an exchange.
I don't like massages just for the sake of massages. Generally, I give the girl a massage and she gives me one in return. Otherwise, I prefer to abstain. I had a girlfriend who was a masseuse and she taught me how to give massages. And then afterwards, they talk about it to their friends. And then after that, I don't need to ask. It's the girls who ask me. That's it. It stops there.
You are known in Pattaya for massaging the masseuses.
In a way, it's a bit of a legend in Pattaya. Some even told me I should open a massage parlor for women in Bukau. I told them no, because here it's a job reserved for the Thais, so it's not possible. I love massaging women.
And the masseuses in particular.
The masseuses in particular, you know, sometimes I have girls who ask me for a massager. If I don't like them, I say no. I am bossy a canoe. When it's in a massage parlor, I pay the massage parlor 200 bahts, 300 bahts maximum for an hour. That's it, either with oil or without oil, and then it's up to you.
But you're more specialized.
Both, I do both. I can't talk about a specialty. I like both.
Do you have a massage secret?
Just a certain experience, that's all. I won't go into details. Do you have any tips? Yes. That is to say, massage is something you learn.
So you are quite knowledgeable about female anatomy.
I had a girl called me Dr. Henry. Laughter. I won't say any more at this moment.
Do tantric massages exist?
Yes, it exists, but I don't know it. There are all kinds of massages. There's a whole list. The normal massage, the Thai massage, and the massage. That's all I know. I don't know more.
Massages only with hands.
It always starts with just the hands. After that, it depends. It can be with the feet.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much pleasure can you give a woman? And what would be the maximum you could give?
I don't know. I don't see it that way. I don't give it a rating. It depends on the feeling.
It's true that the masseuses know you in Pattaya.
There are quite a few who know me. With COVID, a lot of them have gone back and are no longer here. But I still have girlfriends here that I've known for years. The masseuses talk among themselves, and those who are satisfied, they talk about it to their friends. Sometimes I walk past a massage parlor and there's a girl who calls out to me saying, "Are you coming to give me a massage?" If I like the girl, I say, okay. If I don't like her, I say, no, I don't have time. I have something to do. That's all.
You are still the first tourist I've heard say that he gives massages as a masseuse.
I don't consider myself a tourist, given the amount of time I spend here and have for years. I consider myself someone who lives part of the year here, that's all. What are you doing in Pattaya? I know some nice places.
Are you going out a bit?
Yes, I do go out sometimes in the evening, but not very often. I enjoy living during the day here. There are some nice places here.
You have the unique habit, and it's not common, of riding a bike in Pattaya. Have you discovered any special places thanks to the bike?
I haven't discovered any special places thanks to the bike, but it's very useful because it allows me to effectively get to places I wouldn't go otherwise. It's very convenient. It allows you to go to places where there is no Santeo. On a bike, you obviously have to be careful, but well, I often hear people say that Thais drive like maniacs. I don't really see much difference with France because honestly in France it's not great either.
Did you have an exciting life in Paris?
Yes, I had a bit more of an exciting life when I was younger, but now you're bored. Oh well, yes, let's just say it's nothing like Thailand.
Are you still bored?
I can't wait to go back to Thailand. No, in Paris. It's not that I'm bored because I have things to do. Well, I'm passionate about genealogy. Subtitles. FR, I stay inside more than outside. Whereas here it's the opposite. I'm outside more often than inside. What I miss the most in Paris are the people. You can't compare the French people with the Thai people. It's totally different. The main difference between the French and the Thai is the smile, the kindness. The Thai are always helpful. They see that you are carrying a somewhat heavy package right away. They come to you to help. In France, you can stay with your package. You might always wait a long time.
You have a somewhat unique look.
The difference in perspective between France and Thailand. No, I don't have a problem with that. In France, it's more about the very young children, the ones who are 2, 3 years old. So when they see me, they look at me, and some of them think I'm Santa Claus, and then others start crying, I scare them. Other than that, no, I don't have any particular problems. When it comes to the Thai people, Thai men have a lot of trouble with beards because they don't grow well for them. So there are some who envy me. Sometimes I tell them, we can switch. I'll give you my beard and you give me your hair. There you go. Well, it's a way to joke around.
Your look, where does it come from? Is it from 68?
Oh, well, yes, I was 17 in 1968. I used to braid my hair at one point. Well, I might start doing it again soon. It just came to me like that, you know. Well, and then at one point I wanted to cut it a bit. And then a friend of mine said to me, oh no, I don't like people who are shaved. It causes redness, it's not good, it stings, this is good, it's chakati. So I listened to him.
Do the Fitailis, like men with beards?
I would say that 90% hate it, and then there are 10% who like it. For me, 10% is enough.
In France, as an, let's say, older person, don't you feel a bit pushed aside? Don't you feel a bit isolated?
No, that's not it. But, well, France for me is a country that has been completely decadent. For many years now, when I look at Thailand here, it's a country where all complicated things are simple, whereas in France, everything that should be simple is complicated. So it's much more pleasant here.
Did you have a lot of friends in France?
The friends I have in France are mostly friends I met in Thailand. There are quite a few French friends. And then I have a Thai friend whom I've known since, I believe, 1994. So it's not recent, who lives in Bangkok.
How are the relationships between the French in Thailand? Not too late.
I mostly hang out with my French friends. Then there are a lot of French people walking on the beach in the evening, well, around 5, 6 o'clock. But then the conversation is always about visas, who has the best approach for visas and this and that. Anyway, it's completely crazy. So these are not the people I want to associate with.
And what kind of conversations do you like to have?
All conversations, but precisely talking about visas, it's not an exciting topic.
Is it about sex?
Oh yes, also there's some talk, but it's mostly about the visas. I don't know what they have with that. There's always one who has better information than the other and they bicker about it. I don't know. I find that completely ridiculous. So, and the French, why do they come here actually? Well, listen, that's up to each person. I mainly come for the climate. Otherwise, I would come all year round. If I don't come all year, it's because the climate is better in the winter.
What's your budget when you come here?
All included with the plane ticket, you have about a little over 1,000 euros per month. My plane ticket, I paid round trip 569 euros.
How did you do it?
Skyscanner. You enter a departure date, a return date, and an entire month for the departure, an entire month for the return. The prices will then be displayed, and there you go. You just have to choose. That's it. The day I left, the same ticket as mine had already gone up to 724, and I only bought it 15 days before departure. What is very, very expensive here, you should know, are the bars with the girls, but I don't go to those kinds of places at all. It's not my thing. As for accommodation and food, here we eat at restaurants every day. And it costs you less than doing your grocery shopping in France. Shopping, cooking, and doing the dishes here, you don't do any of that. You're served instantly with a smile. Do you eat Thai food every day? I eat mostly Thai, and well, from time to time for a change. It's true that a pizza, some spaghetti. Do you think Pattaya is an expensive city? No, compared to Bangkok or Chiang Mai or Shanghai in the main cities, Pattaya is much cheaper. Phuket, for example, is overpriced compared to Pattaya. I know Phuket well. I used to go to Phuket often, but I don't go there at all anymore. It's been years since I haven't set foot in Phuket.
You spend 800 euros per month. Can you specify the budget for us? How much for the hotel?
For the hotel, it's simple. I pay 8,000 baht per month, which is less than 250 euros plus water and electricity. But water is 30 baht per cubic meter. In France, I pay 4.50 euros per cubic meter. There, it's less than 1 euro per cubic meter. So, no comparison. Electricity costs 10 watts per kilowatt. I use about 1 kilowatt hour per day. I don't use the air conditioning at all because I can't stand it. I just use a fan, the fridge, and the TV. So that's 10 watts of electricity per day. And you ride a bike, and there you go. At the limit, it's better to put the diesel here than to remove it. I'm on the scooter here. Yes, with 800 euros plus the trip, I live very well. It's enough for me. I don't have a taste for luxury. If you have a taste for luxury, if you go to hotels, palaces, obviously it's not the same. It's not the same price. I think the big expense for the Farangs who are here is the bars. It's true that alcohol is quite expensive. Beer, for example. If you drink one, it's fine, but if you drink 10, it becomes a budget just for the bar. Well, and then the girls and all that for those who, but well, since that's not my case, 800 euros a month is more than enough for me. Oh, I don't deprive myself at all. No, here, you'd have to be crazy to deprive yourself.
The drinks are expensive, but it's still cheaper than in France.
It's not about the price of the drink. I see guys who are there from morning till night. I would call them the bar regulars. They're there from morning till night in front of a beer. Well, yeah, how many do they drink, 10, 15 a day. So couldn't it be a trap that it's so cheap to become an alcoholic? You'd have to ask the people who frequent those bars. Often when I walk down a street with only bars, I immediately hear, welcome, welcome, welcome. But well, it's not my thing. I don't go there. I know. Some great tips about Pattaya that I could share with you, whether it's for food or accommodation. If you want, there's no problem. I can show you that. A very, very beautiful hotel. You have a superb room for 250 euros per month. It's not far from here. Don't really set a budget, but I spend around 25 to 30 euros a day. Without depriving myself, I have everything I need. When you have a girlfriend, do you take her out? Of course, I take her to a restaurant. Well, but the restaurant, it's because it doesn't cost much here. A restaurant here is not even the price of a sandwich in France. And then everyone is happy. So after that, well, the girls, they always try to get a little extra bonus, a little something nice. 100 bahts, 100 bahts, 100 bahts. That's not even 3 euros. Well, it doesn't break the bank, right? And everyone is happy.
Is it possible to meet girls in Pattaya without paying?
It all depends on how things present themselves. Meeting a girl without paying, apparently not. But when you meet a girl who doesn't know you or has heard about you or knows your qualities, well, she tries. And then after, well, obviously they try and they try. So there are some who are very satisfied with my performance sometimes, but they don't come back because I don't give them the money. There are many things that are free, but in fact, nothing is ever really free here. You just have to know when to say stop. That's all. I'm neither stingy nor thrifty. I enjoy life. You have to enjoy the good fruits when they come. I have a small pension, so I can't afford to splurge. I'm not a big spender. That's it.
And you can live very well in Pattaya without being a big spender.
Absolutely.
And it's even recommended to some extent.
Of course, people who are in Pattaya know Pattaya, but the French who don't know Pattaya are given a terrible representation of Thailand. It's catastrophic. No, it's not like that at all.
And you can be in Pattaya without having relationships with girls.
Here in Pattaya, you have the climate. It's cheap, much cheaper than in France. The people are super nice. What more could you want? I would say there are two Pattayas. Here, there's the Pattaya of the night. It's a clientele. And then there's the daytime Pattaya. It's two completely different worlds. You are 73 years old. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Like now, winter in Pattaya and summer in France. You have to make the most of it while you can. The years are numbered after all, unfortunately. I've had quite a few friends who have passed away recently. I knew Lou well. We could die tomorrow, or we could live another 20 years, I don't know. For now, I'm in great shape, but let's hope it lasts.
Do you think Thailand helps to extend life?
I always hear that there's something that kills a lot of people. It's stress. Here, stress. To have stress here, you would need a recipe to have stress here. Does Thailand have an antidepressant? I don't know, but there's one thing. I've noticed. When I leave France to come here, I'm usually always tired, and when I arrive here, I'm in great shape. Thailand is a country where, even though I am 100% a foreigner here, I feel at home. While in France, this might shock some people, but I am 100% French, and I feel like a stranger in my own country. And the French who don't know Thailand must say, that guy is missing a screw. Someone who doesn't know, it's better not to talk about it because, well, right away, Thailand. People think he's out of touch, but that's not the case at all. It's France that's upside down, not Thailand. First of all, here, we are in a different culture. When you don't know it, there are things that can be shocked, but you get used to it very quickly. The Thais, they don't stress out. For the Thais, life is about drinking, eating, sleeping, and enjoying life. For some, Buddhism is a religion. For others, like me, Buddhism is a philosophy of life. Here, there is no history of religious wars or things like that. The Thais are people who are really very calm, very zen. On the other hand, the key principle is respect. If you respect people, you are respected, and there is absolutely no problem. If you don't respect people, then it can be dangerous. You are in mortal danger. Never insult a Thai person, even if they are wrong. And you are right, it's better to let it go. Never look for trouble with a Thai person. Never, ever. You will never come out on top. That, in any case, is certain. You have everything to lose. Oh, respect in France. Well, respect, my dear lady, that hasn't existed for a long time. You leave a store, they don't let you out. You have to go back in. The subway. Oh, the subway. In Bangkok, you have the subway. The subway always stops at the same place. The door opens. On each side, you have arrows printed on the ground, and people, they wait. People are getting out of the subway, and you are entering Paris. To get into a subway, I rarely take it, but it's madness. Madness. People want to get into the subway. They don't even let people get out. You will never see that in Thailand. Here, I believe that, well, the Thais are human beings. Like us Farangs, they have nothing more, nothing less, but everything comes down to education. The thing is, children are educated from the age of 2 or 3. They are educated. In France, there is no more education. Education no longer exists in France. To people who think that the French come to Thailand to take advantage of the poverty of the people, what would you say to them? Well, I would say that they are donkeys. There is one thing, a big difference, let's say, between Europe and here, and that's the exchange rate. Today we are lucky to have €1 giving 38 baht, if tomorrow we only get 10 baht for €1. In my opinion, there will be fewer tourists, obviously. Already there are fewer because plane tickets have severely increased. The French think that Thailand is a very cheap country. I said no. You know that for a Thai, life in Thailand is much more expensive than for a French person in France. A television here costs the same as in France. So this means that a television here actually costs 5 times more for a Thai than in France. So then people who supposedly come to take advantage of poverty, no. We obviously benefit from an exchange rate, and if the euro ever collapses, it will be in reverse.
For someone who wants to alternate between France and Thailand, what advice would you give?
What I would still tell them is to think carefully beforehand, because I see retirees who come to settle here permanently and have nothing left in France. If tomorrow, instead of getting 38 bahts for €1, you only get 10 bahts, in my opinion, it's going to be a tough situation for them. So keeping one's freedom, coming when one feels like it, completely cutting ties with one's country, I don't think so, whether it's a good idea. You are French, you will always be French. Even if you have a bit of a Thai mentality, you will never be Thai. Henry, thank you very much. It's really a pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sam. Well, listen, keep making great videos like you do. Thank you. It's really a pleasure. It's nice.
Subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me, don't forget me, share the video around you, of course. I always love you. I always think of you.
Shall we grab a drink? Yes, of course. Come on, enjoy life, even if we don't do it too much. Come on, enjoy life.
See you very soon. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.